These 6 Pokemon Center promos just crashed to their lowest prices ever, but with the Scarlet and Violet era ending soon, there's opportunity. This is your last chance to grab them before they explode in value. I'm Vegas Card Decks. Hit subscribe if you want to beat the market and never miss out on the next card to triple in value. Thanks for checking this video out. We are trying out a new format with this video, the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box promos to target. And I wanted to go over the 2 spots where I get my prices from. Well, there's actually 3. The first one is the collector app. What I like about this is you're able to build portfolios for different, either if you have different sets that you want to track, or I have my different lists that I've done from the videos. So for this one specifically, it has 6. And what I like about it is that it shows you can break it down by the day, the week, month, 3 months for free. In this then, when you click on products, it shows the cards that you've added and their value. And then when you click on the actual card, it shows ungraded price history, graded price history, and this is a lot more in depth than the app version, but the app is still good. Price over here, and then the marketplace. You can click on here and it'll take you to it. It's a really great asset when you're trying to either just track your inventory and its value, or even if you're on the hunt for a card, you can find discrepancies in the market. I use this, and then I also use TCG Player, and there are some variances in the prices, but they're usually pretty close. So that's again, this is the collector app. This is another resource that I use. This is tcgplayer.com, and if you go to a card show, it's basically the site that dealers are going to use when they look up the value of the card. I've come to find out. Coming in at number 6 is Koraidon. Koraidon is the legendary of the Scarlet and Violet era, one of them, Koraidon and Miraidon. And this one, a lot of these that we go over, you can see that it's available for $47 near mint. A lot of these, the price history, you're going to see that they've dropped greatly. So this, within a month, this has dropped $8. 3 months, it's gone down almost $20. 6 months, you can see that it got up to over $81, and then the giant fall. And the most recent sales, we got $48. They're all around here. But this is something that I don't think they're going to reprint the Scarlet and Violet Elite Trainer Box for Pokemon Center. I think the print run is done. And if they do, I don't feel like it's going to be a large print run. And when you search what makes this really valuable, if you go to PSA, you can see the amount of cards that were graded. It's 1,078, and only 155 of them have come back Gem Mint 10. So the price of this, when you look it up on eBay, they're going for like big time money. What is that? 15 times, up to 20 times the amount of a raw card. And I realize that it's finding a needle in the haystack, but if you do find one that is a gem copy and you feel like you can get it graded, you can't beat the investment value in this one. So that's number 6, Koraidon, Scarlet and Violet Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box promo. Number 5, Pikachu from Scarlet and Violet Paldea Evolved. This one this just shot up in the last week. It was sitting under $70 or right there for a couple weeks, and it got down under $70, well under $70. In the end of June, you could see it's going down. It got under $70. I wish I jumped on it when I had the chance, and you're going to see why in a second. This most recent sale of $58, I don't always trust those, but you can see it's going back up. And when you look at how expensive it got over $100. So I think that this is on its way back. With the popularity of Paldea Evolved that it's gotten recently, I wouldn't be surprised to see a re-release of this on Pokemon Center. And if you're lucky enough to hit one of their restocks, congratulations. But this one, I mean, that's crazy. almost $5. But if you look below, this $50 one's not even real. I don't know how people get away with this when they have this Meowth, Scarlet and Violet Korean on here. It's not even close to what the card is. But you have one at 67, and then the rest of them, you're pushing $100 that people are charging for this. If you can find it for $75, and I realize this is over our $50 budget, but I wanted to share this because the PSA, this one also, if you're into PSA, it's about a fifth of them. So right around 20% are coming in at Gem Mint 10. Over half come back Mint 9. So you have 2,600, 540 have come back Gem Mint 10, and all that's done is cause the price on eBay to go nuclear. This is a sale. The last sale sold today, $1,075 from the PSA vault. They're all over $1,000. So it's, again, I mean, it's a gamble. You never know what you're going to get back with PSA. I've seen videos of people cracking them. But if you can find it and it looks good, it's definitely worth that risk. You could be sitting on a $1,000 card. Fourth card is the Magneton Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box promo from Surging Sparks. This one is lighting, it's blowing up right now, and it's partly because of the Shinji Kanda hype that he gets. Everyone wants his cards. I was able to get in on this one a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I think it was, for $36 at a card store. And ever since then, all it has done is gone up. This is another one where I know I saw that they're having Surging Sparks, the regular Elite Trainer boxes at Costco, I think it is. This is another set I wouldn't be surprised that gets a re-release on Pokemon Center. But even with that said, this is still going to hold its value. It may dip a little bit, but once the era is over, I see nothing but upward arrows for this card. In 1 month, so middle of July, $37, and it's up over 50. It's at $52 right now, and the most recent sale is $60. 3 months, it's the same thing. It was pretty flat, and then it just took off the last couple weeks. 6 months, you can see it got up to $55. Then we had that giant dip in the spring, and everything's coming back. And then over a year, it got over $65, and I don't see it stop right now until they re-release, or if they re-release. I don't see it going anything but past the $67, especially when you look at all of these down here. There is plenty for sale, but I just feel that it's going to be, after these 6 that are around 60, they're all same thing. They're way over. And with this, there are a lot more, well over half Gem Mint 10, so you don't get the value out of grading it. But on eBay, they are still selling for, 7 times the amount? No, sorry, that's bad math. 5 times. So about 5 times the amount, 4.5. There's some value in it. After you caught the cost of grading, you get about $200 in value. And this one is a pretty easy Gem Mint 10. So if you love collecting Gem Mint 10s, sending it out and getting back that Gem Mint 10, this is a really good choice for you to try to get that. Next, this one may have taken some people off guard because it's not the most expensive. It's like, I think it's the 3rd cheapest one. But the Teal Mask Ogerpon, I feel that Twilight Masquerade that this is from is over also. I don't think we'll be getting another print run of these. They're coming in at under $20, and this one, when you actually look at the 6 month, it got close to $40. So there is some room for it to double in raw form. I also feel like, again, when it officially closes out, it's going to keep on going up. But the biggest thing is, when you look at the Twilight Masquerade, the Elite Trainer box is coming in at $142, which for a Pokemon Center box is affordable, but it's gone up the last 3 months. It got as high as $170 in the spring, and now it's on its way back up. And the big reason for this is the Greninja in this card. If you look at the Greninja, it's one of the chase cards of Scarlet and Violet era. It's $275. And then there's another $90 card, but this card right here is really driving the market. And this does drive me nuts when it shows not the near mint and you have to go reset it. But $286 is the most recent. And it's the same thing where it got way high. So there is some demand for it. You can see that the sales weren't very high, but once it got down to even 300, there were 30 sold when it was $330. The prices are still, and like, see, this one says Japanese. They're all $286, $290, pushing $300. So this card is definitely driving the value of the boxes up. And then this Eevee is a very popular card too. And then you got the 2 women trainer cards. So there are a lot of valuable cards that you can chase in this. And the final thing is the population. So 2,300 have been sent in. Only 575 have come back Gem Mint 10. That's under 25%. And that has caused the price of that to go, you can sell it for $190, $200. So it's definitely a card where it's a cheaper one. So you figure it's $18 you can get it for, and then the $20 to get it graded. You're looking at 6 times if you're able to get a Gem Mint 10, it's times 6 the value. So it's definitely one to target. Coming in at 2, we got Mimikyu from the Paldean Fate Elite Trainer box. This Elite Trainer box is out of control right now. I want to say it's over $300. But you can see, same thing. It's taken a huge dip, and it has gotten over $55. It was pushing $60 back in the winter, and then we had the drop, and it's gone back up a little bit, but there's still a chance for this one to have, once it's closed out, a lot because of the Paldean Fates, I believe, the popularity of the set. I think this, and Mimikyu has a little following also. So it's one where, if you've looked back at some other Mimikyu promos, they have risen in value as time has gone on, and I don't see how this one's any different. For this one, the PSA 10, this one is also well over half our Gem Mint 10. So this is one, if you're hunting for a Gem Mint 10, it could be one that you get back a Gem Mint 10. You got more than a 50-50 shot if you find one in decent condition. Same thing. So it seems when they're over half, you get about 6 times the value back. The most recent one sold for $180, and then the 160, 170. So it does have a lot. And I've noticed in the United Kingdom, the prices for PSA 10s, when I'm looking through these, are way more expensive than here in the United States. They are usually $10, $20, even $30 more than what we have to pay here. So once again, Mimikyu from the Paldean Fates Elite Trainer box is a great pick for a future hold, but also if you want to try to get your PSA 10. And the top dog, literally, is Eevee from the Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. And whether you love Prismatic Evolutions or hate Prismatic Evolutions, it is the set to own in the Scarlet and Violet era. Although Destin Rivals is making a charge right now, I'll still stand by Eevee. Eevee on its own is a consistent performer and has value built into its cards. I also like that on the card you have Voltorb right here and the stuffed animal Pikachu. It's just a nice little ad. And then if you scroll down, you can even see that the ball of yarn, it's all the different Eeveelutions colors. So I think that's just a cool little side note in just a piece of the artwork. And then if you look at the last month, it's been hovering around $50, $55. It's down at $50 right now. And I think that's because people are preparing for the Prismatic Evolution drop they have bundles that are loaded up on the Pokemon Center website that they're trying to get rid of some inventory with. But if you look back 3 months, I'm pretty sure this one, when it dropped from, if I remember correctly, when it dropped from 72 down to where we are now, there was a big release on Pokemon Center of Prismatic Evolution Elite Trainer boxes, and then right here in March was another one. And before that, and I realized this is when the set was new and was way hyped, it got up near $160, $152. As the Scarlet and Violet era ends, I don't see how this gets back up as we move further away. So all of these are long-term holds. I feel like they should be going up in near mint relatively quick, but it's more a year, 2 years down the road we're going to see. And you can see a lot of the cards for sale are $60. When we look at the PSA, this is another one. Over 11,000 have been sent in, only 3,400, so you're looking right around 30%. And when you look at the PSAs, they're over $400. So if you get a PSA 10 and you hold on to it, it's going to be worth a lot of money in the near future. Bonus pick is the Charmander from the Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer box, the Pokemon Center stamped one. And this is way out of our price range, but this was just something that I just wanted to cover. I understand at $145, it's way over. But if you look, the near mint, it's at $114. The most recent sale is $138, and nowhere near the market. Like, it's way over. And there's only 10 listings. And there's a reason why, which I'll cover on the next slide. But when you look at the PSA, it's right around 10%. So there's 5,500 submissions. Only 600 have come back Gem Mint 10. You're sitting on a gold mine if you get a Gem Mint 10. They are all selling for over $2,000 right now. And most of them are 2,500, 2,750. Like, it's through the roof that they're selling for. If you're able to find one and it's in good condition, it might be worth the risk. With the end of the Scarlet and Violet era upon us collectors are in a unique position we've never been in before. This is the first era where Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes came with especially Pokemon Center stamp promo, which added tons of value to these cards. Even the Picturant is $15, where the regular one's like $1. When eras end, there's always a price spike. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than others, but the supply is going to go down. As we get further away, us collectors always look back to the past, and it causes the demand to go up. The pattern's clear. The time is now. That dip that we just experienced the past couple of months gives us the opportunity to invest in these promos. I'm not saying to go out there and get all of them. That costs a lot of money. But if you're able to, more power to you. I put a little portfolio together like a week ago of all of them. They're $862 right now. And how it shows that it's gained $18 in the last month, that's a little bit off because it only tracks it from when you add it. So they are on the rise. But when you look at all the promos separately, there's a price point for you where you're able to hopefully get a couple of these and hold on to them and watch them rise in value. Some final thoughts I have is the supply is drying up and prices are at their floor. I don't think they're going to get any lower. The time to buy is now. I've been lucky to get the Magneton and the Eevee. The Eevee I got last weekend at a card show here in Vegas, and the one thing I noticed is a lot of the dealers, there are about 40 tables, they didn't have a lot of Pokemon Center promos for sale. If you're able to find them, make sure you snap them up. I'm going to be targeting the Pikachu and the Koraidon, and even the Teal Mask Ogerpon, if I can find it on the cheaper end, all of those have value at raw and if I decide to send them in. There are some risks. They may reprint some, which will cause the value to go down for a little bit. But we've seen what happens. Eras close out, and all they do is rise in value. The biggest risk is missing out on the dip by waiting too long. If this helped you out, smash that like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.